Welcome to Minya, a land where the ancient breathes beneath the modern, where the Nile's eternal flow whispers secrets of a forgotten past. Nestled in the heart of Egypt, Minya stands as a silent witness to epochs of history, stretching from the age of the pharaohs to the distant murmur of a civilization that might be far older than we dare to imagine. This region, often overlooked in the shadow of Egypt's grander monuments, holds within its sands the echoes of mystery. From the towering cliffs of Beni Hasan, etched with the stories of nobles and warriors, to the sprawling necropolis of Tuna el-Gebel, where the dead rest in labyrinthine catacombs, Minya's landscape is a tapestry woven with stone, shadow, and the inexplicable. Here, the past is not merely remembered, it is felt. In the sun-bleached ruins of Amarna, where Pharaoh Akhenaten once turned his face to the Aten, the very alignment of the stones seems to pulse with an otherworldly rhythm. And at Zawyet el-Maiyitin, massive blocks of stone sit as though left behind by giants, their purpose and origins shrouded in enigma. Minya, a place where history whispers in riddles, invites us to look deeper, to see beyond the surface of time, and to question what we truly know about Egypt's past. Beneath the desert sun, Beni Hasan. We begin with Beni Hasan, where a cluster of rock-cut tombs clings to the towering cliffs, overlooking the shimmering Nile. The desert wind sweeps through these hollowed sanctuaries, whispering the stories of nobles and warriors long forgotten. Step inside, where vast chambers stretch before you, their walls adorned with vibrant murals. Warriors sparring, hunters capturing prey, a symphony of ancient life brought to eternal stillness. But it is the stonework that draws the breath from your lungs. Pillars rise from the earth as if they've always been there, perfectly rounded, symmetrical, almost impossibly smooth. The ceilings, carved directly into the rock, hang above with a weightlessness that defies their massive form. How, you may wonder, could they have achieved this with only copper tools? The stone here is hard, stubborn limestone, and yet the walls are inscribed with such delicate precision that one might think the tombs were carved by the hand of time itself. These immense hollows, sculpted with skill that should have been beyond their reach, hint at knowledge lost, tools unseen, and perhaps origins far older than we dare to imagine. Carving the tombs directly into solid rock with precision, particularly with the level of artistry in the columns and the internal design, seems quite advanced. The tools typically believed to be available at the time were primarily made of copper or bronze, which are relatively soft metals. The hardness of the limestone and sometimes granite used in the construction of these tombs raises questions about the effectiveness of such tools. The sheer scale and precision in carving pillars, roofs, and walls directly into the mountainside would have required extraordinary craftsmanship and effort, suggesting a high degree of technological and organizational sophistication. The silent depths, Tuna el-Gebel. We now travel to the sprawling necropolis of Tuna el-Gebel, where the dead rest in labyrinthine catacombs, sinking deeper into the earth. Above ground, the tomb of Osiris greets you, its columns a blend of ancient Egyptian rigor and foreign grace, with the fluted details of Greek influence standing side by side with the unbending geometry of the pharaohs. But below, in the twisting halls of the underworld, the atmosphere shifts. The air thickens with a forgotten chill, and the stones around you bear the weight of centuries. Deep within the catacombs, the stone speaks louder. Massive chambers hollowed out of bedrock stretch endlessly, their corridors winding into the dark, as if beckoning you further into the mysteries they conceal. How were such extensive underground networks conceived, dug, and reinforced without collapsing beneath the weight of the desert above? The engineering here is startling, with shafts, staircases, and tombs aligned with an otherworldly precision. Could such knowledge have been common, or was this necropolis constructed upon even older foundations? Foundations of a civilization that understood the Earth's secrets far better than we do. The construction of extensive underground catacombs, combined with sophisticated stone columns and chambers, presents logistical difficulties, especially in terms of excavation, ventilation, and lighting deep within the ground. Furthermore, The blending of architectural styles suggests not just an advancement in construction techniques, but also in cultural integration of different artistic traditions. The precise alignment and coordination of different structures in the tombs, as well as the need for long-term planning for such an extensive underground network, indicates a more advanced understanding of engineering and construction management than is typically credited to the Egyptians at the time. The city of the sun, Amarna, and now to the city of Amarna, where Pharaoh Akhenaten once reigned and cast his gaze upon the burning disk of the Aten, the sun god. Here, the great temple of the Aten, though eroded by time, still speaks of a city designed to mirror the heavens. Imagine the wide open courtyards, flooded with sunlight, and the towering altars of stone, meticulously placed to capture the rays of the sun at specific moments, igniting the temple with divine fire. Every stone, every shadow, every beam of light here seems to have been choreographed by some unseen hand. But how? The celestial alignments are too precise, the knowledge too vast for this to have been guesswork. The ancient Egyptians knew their skies, yes, but to build an entire city around the movements of the sun suggests a deeper understanding, a lost science. Were these people the remnants of something older, something greater? Did they inherit knowledge passed down through forgotten millennia? Knowledge that guided the construction of cities, temples, and tombs with a harmony that sings of something far more ancient? The alignment of these structures with astronomical events, particularly the solar alignments reflecting Akhenaten's worship of the Aten, suggests an advanced understanding of both astronomy and construction. Given the emphasis on the sun, the precision required to position stones in such a way that they aligned with celestial bodies at specific times raises questions about how ancient Egyptians could calculate and execute such designs. While the Egyptians were known for their knowledge of astronomy, the precise placement of large stones to reflect celestial alignments suggests more sophisticated surveying tools and methods than commonly acknowledged. It would have required advanced knowledge of the movement of the sun, shadows, and angles to help guide these constructions. The stone giants, Zawyet el-Maiyitin. At Zawyet el-Maiyitin, the desert shifts once more, and before you rise the mastabas, stone tombs that crouch low against the horizon, their flat-topped forms defiant against the relentless sun. These are not the grand pyramids of Giza, yet their presence is commanding. Giant blocks of stone, each one weighing as much as a small car, are fitted together with remarkable precision. The question echoes once more: how? How did a civilization thousands of years ago transport such massive stones over the sands and hills, fitting them together so tightly that not even a blade of grass could slip between? The official story speaks of ramps, ropes, and manpower, but standing before these monoliths, you can't help but wonder if there is more to it. The precision, the scale, it seems out of place, as though these structures are relics from a far older time, repurposed by the Egyptians to enshrine their dead. Could these mastabas, and perhaps even larger, grander structures across Egypt, be the remnants of an advanced civilization that predated the pharaohs, one whose tools and techniques have been lost to time? The challenge here lies in moving, lifting, and placing large stone blocks with precision. Traditional explanation suggests that the Egyptians used ramps, levers, and sheer manpower to move such large stones, but the logistics of moving multi-ton blocks over long distances or up steep inclines have never been adequately explained. Some have speculated that more advanced or lost techniques may have been involved in quarrying, moving, and placing the blocks. The enigmatic legacy. As we stand amidst these ancient wonders, it becomes clear that Egypt's past may be far more complex than we've been led to believe. Could there have been a civilization long before the pharaohs who mastered the art of stone? A civilization whose technological achievements in carving, moving, and aligning massive stones dwarfed even those of the kings who came later? The mysteries of Minya draw us toward this possibility. The intricate tombs of Beni Hasan, the subterranean maze of Tuna el-Gebel, the celestial harmonies of Amarna, and the stone giants of Zawyet el-Maiyitin all seem to whisper of something older, something deeper. The monumental structures around Minya display architectural and engineering feats that are hard to reconcile with the level of technology traditionally attributed to ancient Egypt. The precise stonework, large-scale construction, and celestial alignments point to a level of technological and organizational complexity that suggests either advanced and perhaps lost techniques or a more sophisticated knowledge base. Perhaps these monuments were built not by the tools we think we know, but by the memory of a greater civilization, one that understood the laws of nature, the stars, and the earth with a precision that eludes us even today. And as we stand in the shadow of these megaliths, we are left to wonder if we are gazing not just at the accomplishments of ancient Egypt, but at the echoes of a civilization so ancient, so advanced, that its very existence has slipped through the cracks of history. The sands of Minya shift, and the stones remain, their mysteries sealed beneath layers of time, waiting for the day when their full story will finally be revealed.